Hello, everyone. We're back after a pretty long time.
Yeah, since October 2020, we're very sorry we didn't we didn't do it very soon because there's a lot of things going on and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I made a bunch of other videos because I was kind of getting bored of it, but I was like, whatever. So, we're going to attempt to finish it this video, and if we don't finish it this video,
Yeah.
finale possibly. So, we're starting where we left off. 3, 2, 1, go.
Trying to make it sound like it was my fault. Sarah was right from the beginning. She was the only one I could count on. As Jerome continued to talk more lies, I got tired of him and put a sock in his mouth. I went to college on the next day, but I was too anxious to pay attention. Sarah was saying that it was not a good idea to leave Jerome alone at home. He would probably try to escape again. So I rushed home, but I was relieved as I saw he was still there. But Sarah was right. It was a bad idea to leave home. I stayed home the following days, eating the last amount of food I had until I had to leave to go to the groceries. Sarah kept on repeating it was a bad idea, but I had no choice. I would make it quick and rush back home. As I was at the groceries, I saw a policeman and freaked out. Sarah said she heard him talking on the radio about a suspicious woman, and I filled the description. I started to sweat. I grabbed a few more things, almost threw the money to the cashier, and ran out. The police started to follow us, so we started to run faster. As I saw he was still behind us, Sarah said we couldn't go back home or else he would find Jerome. So she pointed at the alley close to home where Jerome fell, and we hid there. The police looked around for a while, but then went away. I sighed and we went back home. Sarah said that this situation was getting more and more dangerous, and that we shouldn't leave the house again. Jerome was getting weaker since I only...
Hold on. You're just now realizing that this entire idea was dangerous.
Now you're realizing it.
That is... I am concerned.
Wait,
I must say.
Remember the part one? We saw how many subscribers and likes. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
I think the only people who subscribe to this channel, at least a few of them, might be commentators, just wanting to make fun of it or something in the comments. I don't know.
Wait, can I see how much there is?
Sure. 63,000 likes.
You know what? I regret that. Everybody, on this video, turn that like button all the way down, okay?
It's okay.
Don't
Julian.
pick it up. What?
It's okay. You'll live. Hold on. Let's just continue. Let's continue.
fed him a small amount of food. He'd stop asking for forgiveness, and now he started to beg for mercy. Good. I asked for mercy for 3 months, and you never gave me any. Now suck it up, dog! Sarah laughed hard when I called him a dog, and she said it was the best description for him. He was a dog, and he should be fed like one.
Bruh.
So, as I was scared to go out again, I started to order food online. I also ordered dog food and fed Jerome with it. He was so hungry, he ate it without question. After the first 3 months passed, I was ready to let him go. It was fair enough. He suffered already as much as I did. But Sarah told me it was not a good idea. He would go straight to the police, and I would definitely go to jail. Jerome promised me he wouldn't tell anyone anything. But how could I believe his words? He'd been nothing but a liar. And he deserved to pay. So I kept him for another couple of months. And then months turned into years. I got used to my new routine. I didn't have to go outside. Everything I needed, I ordered it online. And Sarah was the best friend ever. She stood by my side all the time.
Wait. That's not how things happened. Hi, I'm Jerome, and I'm here to tell you the real story of how I was the true victim here. I was contacted by My Story Animated to tell my side of the story. First, let me make some things clear. I was away for the whole summer. That's true. But May knew about it. We've been dating for 3 years, and I always went to the retreats for the summer. Since this was the last year, I was going to be able to do it with my family because I was starting college. We left early and came back late. I really missed May during my trips, and I was really happy to see her again.
Wait, hold up. So this entire time, she's been getting mad over a guy who was on vacation?
What? That doesn't make any sense, bro. No.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I feel empty, to be honest.
Yeah.
Could see that something was not entirely right when we met at college. But since she asked me to go to her place, I just thought I was imagining things. I got to her place in the afternoon and kissed her right away because I really missed her. She started dancing for me, and I thought things were back to normal. I played along when she tied me up, but when she covered my eyes and locked me in the closet, I felt again that something was not right. I heard she was talking to some girl named Sarah, but I only heard her voice, so I assumed she was on the phone with her. But when she said that I disappeared for 3 months, and now all I would see was her for 3 months, I got scared. She kept on talking on the other side of the door, so I shouted. This was not fun at all. So she opened the door again.
I don't know why, but I feel like instead of saying this is not fun, he said, "Yo, bro, this is not radical."
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm just picturing him saying, "This is not radical, dude."
Yeah, dude, look how big.
That mouth is big, though.
Yo, but
I can see why she was into him.
Yeah, and also,
No homo.
why does that sock looks like a giant ball that you want
It
to
looks
eat?
like a diaper with socks
Like diaper with
and
socks.
and a stitch thing right there.
and a heart.
I have many
And put a
questions.
sock in my mouth. As I heard someone knocking on the door, I screamed harder and made all the noise I could. But the music started to sound too loud, and no
The way they drew the thing, it seems more like he can just spit it out. Like he can just like poof or something. At least something like that.
Well,
But considering the fact that he's just saying it as if he couldn't take it off, I'll have to assume she tied the sock around his face, like the blindfold, maybe.
yeah.
But I don't know. If this is how she actually did it, just spit it out.
But I didn't really see any ties going on his face.
Yeah, I
but,
usually that's what I'm saying.
But the reason why he can't, take it out is because his mouth is open. He can't move his mouth, right?
But he can just go, or like I don't know, man. I don't know.
one could hear me. After a while, as I heard that everyone was gone, my survival instinct activated, and I knew I had to escape. It was now or never. I couldn't untie my hands, but I scratched my face on the wall and got rid of the cloth that was covering my eyes. I opened the closet and looked outside the window. I saw that May was nowhere near, so I jumped. Everything took a double effort with my hands tied up, but the adrenaline in my veins
Fast that time.
He is a fast boy. He's a fast boy.
did the rest of the work. I started running away,
Yes.
but 3 blocks
is
later,
the
I
real
heard
fastest
May
man
calling my
alive.
name.
Ladies and gentlemen, wait, hold on. Da-da-da-da-da. Ladies and gentlemen, I must introduce you to the fastest man alive, Drone. Drone Gorilla Man.
Okay, sit down, honey.
He is running as fast as just like a
It's
gorilla.
okay. Calm down, Julian. Calm down.
He's gorilla.
Julian, it's okay.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Oh, shit.
Alright, anyways.
I didn't know what to do, so I hid in an alley. But she saw me and followed me. I was so desperate. I lost my balance and tripped onto a trash bag. I felt the glass piercing my leg and I shouted in
Oh my
pain. May got
God.
closer and grabbed me, but I
pretty
resisted.
painful, bro.
She was horribly
Oh my
calm and her eye.
What the hell? If someone was looking at me like that, I would call the cops using telekinesis, bro. I would learn telekinesis in a second.
Were filled with anger. Why are you doing this? I asked. But she only said that if I didn't let her help me, no one else would.
Well, I mean,
I was in
you
so
can just
much
take
pain,
me to a
so I let
hospital
her.
and just
She
say,
grabbed
"Oh,
me again and helped me get back to her place. All the time, she
say
continued talking to someone I couldn't see. I thought then that she had one of those Bluetooth hearing devices and she was talking on the phone again. I got really scared of May. She wasn't the kind of girl I used to love anymore. My survival instinct activated again, and I thought really fast. I would need a strategy too if I wanted to escape. So as we got back to her apartment and she started to heal my wounds, I thanked her and told her I loved her. I was trying to make her remember the perfect relationship we used to have. She hesitated but said nothing. "What are you going to do with me?" I asked, and added, "You don't need to keep me prisoner. I want to be with you. I would stay with you anyway." She looked at me in silence, her eyes with tears. But then
Wait,
she
how would he know what her, like, if there were tears in her eyes? Unless, like, if he had the blindfold on, how would he see anything? I mean, I guess he could notice that she was in silence, but, like, the tear thing? The tears is pretty sus.
closed the closet door
She
again
probably
and
was
continued to
talking
talk to
like
this girl,
that.
Sarah, on the phone. I didn't know what to do, and I was too injured to try to escape again. I decided I would wait. Perhaps she would sleep on it and let me go, but she didn't. On the next day, I heard noises on the other side of the door. I tried to scream again, but I felt weak. I hadn't slept at all and felt the pain in my legs spreading to my entire body. I was trapped. After a few hours, she came back inside as she opened the closet door and saw I was still there. Where would I go anyway? She put some food on the floor and closed the door again. I was so hungry, but with my hands tied in my back, I had to eat from the floor. It was humiliating, and my leg hurt terribly as I kneeled down. As days went by, I realized that May left the house on fewer occasions. I heard loose phrases such as, "It's dangerous," and "I must stay home." She kept on talking and talking with this girl Sarah, which I never saw or heard. Every time she opened the closet door to feed me, I tried to look around to see if Sarah was there, but I never saw her. As months passed, I realized that every time May opened the closet door, her apartment was messier and
Wait, how would you know that if you're blindfolded? Because it's shown that you're blindfolded. You even said you're blindfolded. So how are you seeing any of this, sir?
With lower prices and great deals, make Target your first stop back to school.
dirtier, and so was she. I felt sorry for her. She was clearly having a nervous breakdown, and it hurt me that she blamed it on me. By that time, she only fed me with pet food, which had some of the nutrients I needed to survive, but not enough. At least it wasn't poisonous. I got to the point where I was so weak I couldn't think of escaping anymore. I was becoming more and more resigned to this new life. Every passing day, I hoped I would go to sleep and never wake up again. But my prayers weren't heard. I lost track of the time after the first year, but May kept me prisoner for at least a few years more. The good thing, if I can call it that, was that as May saw how weak I was, she didn't lock me in the closet anymore. I was free to walk through the house. But it was getting more and more uninhabitable. Mess and dirt were everywhere. May didn't seem to realize it though. She wasn't taking care of herself either. I had to dodge cockroaches and flies to go to the toilet. Not to mention the rotten food and trash spread everywhere. As May went down deeper and deeper, I started hearing her conversations.
Blindfold.
I didn't you just hear him? He said that he was let out of the closet. So like he didn't have blindfold on this.
With this mysterious girl Sarah more and more. At first, there were only whispers, but as time went by, she started to talk louder, as if Sarah were in the room with us. As I looked closer at her ears, I realized she didn't have any Bluetooth device. I even found her phone once crushed under a pile of trash. Oh my god, who was she talking to? May had definitely lost it, and I was too weak to do anything about it. Her phone was useless. My phone was gone from day one. May had rolled down the window blinds, and I was too weak to roll them up or shout anymore. It was up to me to help her now, but I didn't know how. I tried to remember the great times we spent together. It was hard to do it, because it was painful to compare that joyful May to this creepy one. But if I didn't do something, we would both die in here. So, trying to sound as chilled as possible, I started to talk about our happy memories together. Our trips to the beach, our camping nights. Every time we studied together for the exams. We used to be a great couple. I didn't know at what time that changed for May, but I had to take her back to those happy memories if I was ever going to rescue her from this dump hole. May didn't want to listen to me at first, but as I continued talking and remembering, I could see some of the glow back in her eyes. After weeks of remembering, she started to participate in the conversation, and she even talked about other memories. She started to cry a lot, and I realized she was fighting with that strange voice in her head. One day, I asked her to leave Sarah out of this, that these were our memories together and no one else's. She looked at me intensely. I could tell she was in a lot of pain. I got closer to her and told her to look in the mirror. She refused at first, but when she finally did, she dropped to her knees crying. Then she looked around as if seeing the mess for the first time. She seemed so lost. I told
that thing in like I guess anime where like there's shadow where the eyes should be, and so the eyes are gone, it's just the shadow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, this is what I have to say. Gorgeous still gets a wakalaka da gonka da 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 da.
Alright, sir, if you're gonna spoke, then you cannot be speaking this new generation language. Let me know when you're ready.
Anyways, Pinglish.
Continue?
Yes.
told her that we were in danger and that she had to call the police. She looked at me and then back to the mirror. I looked at her reflection with her and told her, Sarah is not real. She lives in your head. You have to let her go. She started crying again and then hugged me. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, she said. She rolled up one of the window blinds and shouted to a passerby that we were in danger and to call the police. For the first time in years, I leaned on a wall and sighed in relief. The police didn't take long to arrive. May confessed it was all her fault. They took her away and took me to the hospital. After I recovered, I heard that May was in jail, but she was doing therapy and was getting better. To this day, I cannot hate her. I never could. I lived in the flesh what resentment can do to people, and I don't want that for my own life.